Hello and welcome to A Bit A Lot, where we talk a bit about a lot. When you think cosmetics, you might just think of products like makeup. But actually, it includes all products that are applied to the body to clean, protect, or improve its appearance. This includes products like mascara, lipstick, lip gloss, lip balm, nail varnish, moisturiser, hair gel, deodorant, soaps, and toothpastes. There's a good chance that you have a majority of these in your bathroom cupboards too. And they all may have one thing in common. They may have been tested on animals. Oh, and guys, it's not just cosmetics for the ladies. In this video, we talk to a variety of people to get their take and professional opinion on the subject. No graphic content will be shown in these videos. We will leave it up to you if you wish to do more research into the specific conditions that animals are put through in animal testing. First up, we chatted to Nicole, or Vegan Beauty Girl on Instagram. She has a blog and YouTube channel helping people to understand more about cruelty-free and vegan products.
If you talk to people, they are typically, even if they're not vegan, they typically disagree with animal testing for cosmetic purposes. When it comes to medical, it's a different conversation, but when it's cosmetic, it's very unanimous around the general public. People just think it's wrong and it shouldn't happen.
Next, we chatted to actress and author Jess Impiazzi.
So I never would have thought a few years back when I first started my kind of plant-based vegan lifestyle that to walk into a shop and buy a bottle of shampoo, I was affecting animals in some way. I just didn't think that was a thing. You know, I'm washing my hair, I'm not consuming anything from an animal.
To help consumers like Jess, Cruelty Free International was founded in 1975 to help consumers make ethical choices and provide transparency. We visited Cruelty Free International at their London headquarters to speak to Dr Katy Taylor.
So the cosmetics industry have actually been at the forefront of developing alternatives to animals, I would say, and that's partly because in Europe they've been under pressure for the last 20 years because of an impending animal testing ban, which came into fruition in 2013. So they've really had to work to develop alternatives to animal testing, and that's had a knock-on effect into other sectors like chemical safety and also medicines, because the alternatives that they've developed, those sectors can use as well.
The ban on animal testing in cosmetics in the EU was a huge win for the cruelty-free community, but it is just the first step towards a larger goal. Just because the cosmetic products you buy in the EU haven't been tested on animals, it doesn't mean that those same products aren't tested on animals for sales in different countries. Since the EU ban has come in, countries such as India and Israel are following suit and implementing similar legislation on animal testing.
I'm still not completely up to date or know my stuff about what product is animal cruelty free. I can look on the back of some products, but it's not always so easy to find, and I don't know what I'm looking for half the time. So I'm still, I would say, quite ignorant to how far this goes and what I'm actually looking for.
The Cruelty Free International Leaping Bunny logo is a certification given to companies to place on their products to verify that they are indeed cruelty-free. Other organisations such as PETA have their own logo too, along with Choose Cruelty Free, which is an Australian-based organisation. The Leaping Bunny is, however, often considered the golden standard, as they have strict criteria for their certification, including a thorough examination of a company's supply chain, actively monitoring those supply chains on a regular basis with up-to-date records of that evidence, and agree to ongoing independent audits to ensure the company's continued compliance with the Leaping Bunny criteria. Unfortunately, some cosmetic companies use a bunny logo on their products in order to appear as a certified cruelty-free company. So your best bet is to look for the Leaping Bunny to know for sure your product is not being tested on animals.
There's no legislation on the kind of claims that companies can make when they say no animal testing or cruelty-free, for example. And that's one of the reasons why we set up the Leaping Bunny programme over 20 years ago, so that consumers could look for a particular logo and have confidence that they knew that that company had made a commitment to no longer accepting animal testing in its supply chain. Unfortunately, we still get variations of that logo and variations of that statement across all sorts of products. It's easy for a company to say, we don't animal test. Yeah, but your suppliers might have. You might have asked your suppliers to do so. And particular with the China issue that we have at the moment, it's not the company or their suppliers doing the testing, it's actually the Chinese authorities. So again, it's too easy for a company to say, nothing to do with me, mate. But really, you're entering the Chinese market knowing full well you're triggering animal testing. So for our Leaping Bunny standard, for example, we wouldn't allow companies to carry the logo if they were entering China under those kind of circumstances.
There has been some minor progress in the Chinese market, most notably a Chinese pilot scheme set up by Cruelty Free International. But there is still a long way to go, and as of right now, if a company decides to sell in China, they won't be considered cruelty-free. More people, however, are choosing to shop cruelty-free with the help of certified cruelty-free logos. With the boom of veganism, you may have also seen the Vegan Society logo on food as well as some cosmetic products too. So what does vegan mean? It means that the product does not include any animal-derived ingredients, which can include things such as beeswax, honey, snail gel, and lanolin in your creams, cleansers or lip balms.
Okay, so when it comes to my food, I look for the vegan label always, and they have a Vegan Society approved stamp that says vegan, so I always know my food will be vegan friendly with that stamp. I feel safe with that stamp. When it comes to cruelty free, which we obviously know are different things, I look for a bunny. But just talking it out loud now, I think to myself, because it's vegan, it means there's no animal product within the food. Does that mean that there's no cruelty behind that food? And that's only just come to my head now, and I've never thought of it like that until this moment. So now I'm wondering if that vegan stamp is cruelty free, and now my head's blown. I've never thought of that.
So does that mean that vegan products are automatically cruelty free? We spoke to Sabrina, who works in the campaigns department for the Vegan Society.
A product that is cruelty free is often one that hasn't been tested on animals, whereas a vegan product doesn't have any animal-derived ingredients in the first place. So as part of the set of criteria that the vegan trademark has, we ensure that we don't register any product that's been either tested on animals or contains any animal-derived ingredients at all. So therefore we ensure that, a product that has a vegan trademark is both vegan and cruelty-free.
So a vegan label on a product, for example, means that there's no animal ingredients or animal-derived ingredients in that product. If it's approved by somebody, say for example the Vegan Society, they may also ask the companies if they test on animals, and they'll say no. But unfortunately you also need to see our logo, the Leaping Bunny logo on the products, because we look specifically just at animal testing, and we go into a great deal of detail. Companies are audited, they have to track their entire supply chain to make sure there's no new animal testing coming through that they weren't aware of. So unfortunately our cruelty-free customers have to look for both a vegan label and a cruelty-free label, and that's because they are quite distinct issues. They're both very complex, but for many people they're the same issue. It's about looking after animals and making sure that you're not adding to the abuse of animals when you purchase products.
Just a quick side note, Cruelty Free International certifies companies, whereas the Vegan Society certifies individual products. Cruelty Free International certifies cosmetics and personal care products, household products and animal care products, so you won't find the Leaping Bunny on any food products. Whereas the Vegan Society certify a variety of products within many industries, such as food, drink, fashion, cosmetics and many more. We'll be covering animal testing in food in a later episode. Since the UK has now left the European Union, does that affect animal testing laws in the UK?
Whilst we were still part of the European Union, 80% of animal welfare legislation came from the EU. So now that Brexit has occurred, I think what we want to see is the UK sort of maintain the legal recognition of animals as sentient beings, for example, but also maintain sort of the EU regulation of the ban on cosmetic testing and just sort of upholding these principles.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that I look for both now, because obviously with the food one, I always knew that vegan, I really trusted that stamp, and I think rightly so as well. But two together, you've got no danger of slipping through any loopholes from greedy companies. Attention goes where money flows in big companies. So I, for instance, tried the KFC vegan burger. A lot of their sales went through the roof for that, so they're going to invest more of their money into that now. And I think it's a chicken and egg situation, excuse the pun, because I'm talking vegan, but it's, you know, once the consumer steps up, the demand, a company's going to go where the demand is, right? So if the consumer is buying the vegan products, the companies are going to go more towards that way. If, you know, it is down to greed at the end of the day. So if consumers are constantly wanting this big beef burger, this, you know, simple hair product that they just like because no one cares about the animals or the repercussions of it, they're going to continue to make it. And I think as humans and humane people, we need to be aware of what we're buying, but then that flips around again to the transparency of the companies. So I'm sure a lot more people would be buying vegan or cruelty-free if it was more in your face.
Depending on if you're following a vegan lifestyle as well as a cruelty-free one, or just a cruelty-free one on its own, keep in mind that just because a product is vegan, it doesn't mean it's necessarily cruelty-free, and vice versa. And remember, companies can legally claim to be cruelty-free when they in fact are not, and there are no laws stopping them from doing so. Just a quick side note, just because a product doesn't carry the logo, it doesn't automatically mean that it's not cruelty-free. Some companies, especially smaller boutique brands, might not carry any type of certification, even if they are cruelty-free. So it's always worth doing research online, or alternatively, contact the brand itself and ask about their stance and policies on animal testing. If you want to know more about animal testing, go to crueltyfreeinternational.org. And if you're looking to find out if your existing products or products you want to buy are cruelty-free, websites such as Cruelty Free Kitty give you both the information as well as alternatives to products that have been tested on animals. We hope you enjoyed the video and learned a bit about a lot. See you in the next one.